Girls are fighting again. Okay, not the girls. So, Carlos King, former producer of Real Housewives and now the producer of Love and Marriage franchise on OWN, is slamming the Real Housewives of Dubai, calling them fake.
I like to say the Real Housewives of bye-bye. Because for me, those women studied every single housewife. And it's hard for me to get into them because I don't think they're being themselves. What do y'all think?
Okay, I've only seen maybe 1.5 episodes. The only thing that stands out to me is the model girl.
Same.
Right, but I think he's talking about her. I feel like
Chanel.
Yes.
She's the main
but I feel
one.
like she's at least entertaining to watch. The others is like paint drying, right? So she keeps me. I'm looking for her for the next scene. So I will give her that.
y'all, we about to be clips. They gonna clip this up. Oh.
Happy Sunday, Raindrops. The word of the day is stop living in the past. The past is in the rearview mirror of your life. If you look at where you want to go, look at the windshield.
Listen, everybody, behind me is Carlos King, okay? A producer of reality TV on the OWN network. And the fans are pissed with him. I mean, pissed, okay? They started a petition. They want him removed from his duties over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, you know what? I'm not one for the cancel culture. And I don't think that toxic reality TV started and nor will it end with Carlos King. But what are your feelings? Do you think that Carlos King should be canceled? Do you think he should be removed from producing Love and Marriage Huntsville? Do you think all the toxic behavior that we see on that show starts, ends, and begins with Carlos King? Let me know your thoughts, everybody. Cancel or not cancel Carlos King?
A lot of stuff, and I ain't happy about none of it. I'm trying to figure out what the going on anyway. I mean, she had no business goddamn putting her hands on you.
I mean, that's my thing. You gonna act like this in front of your daughter, Sanjay?
Sanjay acting more like the adult. That's the way she's supposed to.
Child, there is some piping hot tea about the absolute mess Carlos King has gotten himself wrapped up in right now. This man, who's been serving us all the juiciest drama through shows like Bell Collective, is now finding himself in the starring role of his own scandalous story. And trust me when I tell you, this one isn't scripted, sugar. He's knee-deep in a legal battle with none other than Sui Williams, one of Bell Collective's breakout stars who's got everybody's tongues wagging and phones blowing up with notifications. Listen here, because the tea is scalding hot. Sui started spilling some major dirt about Carlos and his behind-the-scenes shenanigans, and baby, it was anything but flattering. We're talking serious allegations that could put a permanent stain on Carlos's reputation, and these whispers about manipulation? Chile? It's messier than a toddler with finger paint at a white carpet party. The tension between these two has been simmering like a pot about to boil over, and now Carlos is clapping back with a lawsuit that'll make your jaw hit the floor and keep on dropping. You won't believe how we got to this point, so let me break it all the way down for you, because this story is about to get realer than your mama's Sunday dinner.
A lot of people that want to keep it a buck, we're going to keep it a buck.
Okay.
My office used to be above Credit One. And
I thought you were a nurse.
No parties. However, him,
do you need the officers in there?
The Dark, Marcel.
Where's Martha laughing?
They would hang out. Part of the reason even they wanted Black was they wanted a place where they could go and hang out.
And do what?
Like,
Carlos.
listen to music, drink, play cards.
So Kimmy, I'm gonna say this to you.
Oh, Carlos.
I'm a gay man. I can assure you, no man is hanging out after hours listening to Beyonce Renaissance.
No, I don't think they were
o'clock in the morning.
I don't think they were.
Now listen closely, because Carlos King isn't just any reality TV producer. This man is the undisputed king of the game, and honey, he's earned every letter of that crown. Starting with Real Housewives of Atlanta, he had us all clutching our pearls and gasping for air with those jaw-dropping storylines that kept us glued to our screens like static cling. When I tell you Carlos knows how to stir the pot, baby, he doesn't just stir it, he flips it, seasons it, and serves it up hot with a side of extra spicy drama. He's turned his talent for for drama into an entire empire, darling. From RHOA to Bell Collective, everything this man touches turns to television gold faster than Midas himself. For the fans, seeing Carlos's name attached to a show is like getting a golden ticket to drama paradise, and you better believe we're all fighting to get in. With Bell Collective, he introduced us to these fierce boss ladies in Mississippi, giving us everything, from their business moves to their personal struggles and, honey, all the delicious chaos in between that keeps us coming back for seconds and thirds. But you know how success goes. It brings more haters than a picnic brings ants in August, and some cast members have been putting Carlos on blast for pushing those boundaries a little too far. And let me tell you something, the drama happening behind those cameras, it's even juicier than what we see on TV, and that's saying something when every episode is already spicier than a ghost pepper.
A lot of stuff, and I ain't happy about none of it. I'm trying to figure out what the going on anyway. I mean, she had no business goddamn putting her hands on you.
I mean, that's my thing. You gonna act like this in front of your daughter, Sanjay?
Sanjay acting more like the adult. That's the way she's supposed to.
Now enters Sui Williams, who burst onto the scene as a total fan favorite on Bell Collective. But honey, she didn't just come to play, she came to expose it all. Things got messier than a 2-year-old's birthday party when Sogucci started spilling some serious tea about Carlos. According to her, filming the show felt like being a pawn in somebody else's chess game, especially during that explosive feud with Selena Johnson that had everybody and their mama glued to their screens. Child, that drama had everyone from coast to coast tuned in, but Sogucci claims it came with a heavy personal price that nobody saw coming. She's saying Carlos and his production team were just feeding off her beef with Selena like vultures at a feast, all for those precious ratings, leaving her feeling completely exposed and emotionally drained like a battery in a forgotten flashlight. When Sogucci started talking about how they ignored her mental health just to keep those cameras rolling, the internet nearly exploded with reactions. The real fireworks started popping during that infamous interview between Carlos and Sogucci. Baby, the tension in that room was thicker than cold grits at a Sunday brunch. Sogucci laid it all out for Carlos, and she didn't hold back one single syllable. She called him out for betraying her trust faster than a snake in the grass and accused him of sacrificing her well-being just for some juicy storylines that would keep viewers coming back for more. During that explosive interview, Sogucci got raw about that Selena Johnson feud. While it looked messy on screen, she revealed it was a whole different kind of chaos behind the scenes. The way she opened up about feeling blindsided by the editing, baby, it hit harder than your grandmother's secret recipe slap cake. She questioned if all that drama was worth the emotional toll it took on her life. And honey, the fans were eating up every single word like it was the last piece of sweet potato pie at Thanksgiving. Social media nearly broke with all the reactions. One person wrote, Carlos King is the GOAT of reality TV, but this move feels like damage control. If Sogucci's claims are true, it's going to tarnish his legacy, lawsuit, or not. Another one added, Sogucci is brave for speaking out, but I wonder if she has receipts to back it up. Without solid proof, this might just backfire on her like a cheap firecracker on New Year's Eve.
Girls are fighting again. Okay, not the girls. So Carlos King, former producer of Real Housewives and now the producer of Love and Marriage franchise on OWN, is slamming the Real Housewives of Dubai, calling them fake.
I like to say the Real Housewives of bye-bye. Because for me, those women studied every single housewife. And it's hard for me to get into them because I don't think they're being themselves. What do y'all think?
Okay, I've only seen maybe 1.5 episodes. The only thing that stands out to me is the model girl.
Same.
Right, but I think he's talking about her. I feel like
but I feel like
Chanel.
Yes.
She's the main
but I feel
one.
like she's at least entertaining to watch. The others is like paint drying, right? So she keeps me. I'm looking for her for the next scene. So I will give her that.
Y'all, we about to be clips. They gonna clip this up. Oh.
When Carlos King dropped that lawsuit on Sui Williams, baby, it sent shockwaves through the entire reality TV world like an earthquake in 6-inch heels. Carlos, who's usually pulling strings behind the scenes like a master puppeteer, found himself center stage in the messiest drama of them all. Let me break it down for you. Carlos is coming for Sogucci with not one, but 2 heavyweight claims that could change the game forever: defamation and possibly breach of contract. The defamation part? That's all about Sogucci painting Carlos as this ratings-obsessed producer who doesn't give a hot minute about his cast's mental health. And honey, Carlos's legal team isn't playing patty cake. They're saying these statements have done serious damage to his reputation, not just with Bell Collective, but in the whole reality TV universe that he spent years building. Now, about that breach of contract? Chile, if Sogucci spilled any tea that went against those ironclad confidentiality agreements that reality stars have to sign, she might be in water hotter than a Louisiana summer. These contracts are tighter than last year's jeans after a holiday feast, keeping cast members from exposing behind-the-scenes drama or throwing shade at showrunners like confetti at a parade. For Carlos, this lawsuit isn't just about clearing his name, it's about protecting his entire empire that he's built brick by precious brick. With hit shows under his belt and new projects cooking in the kitchen, any damage to his brand could spell disaster bigger than a Category 5 hurricane. But going after Sogucci, especially when she's been more vocal than a church choir on Easter Sunday, that's like poking a sleeping bear with a stick dipped in honey. It could bring even more drama to light than anyone bargained for. The real tea is how this lawsuit has put Sogucci in a spot tighter than a new pair of shapewear at a summer wedding. Going up against someone like Carlos King, who's got the coins and legal muscle to back up his claims, that's no small feat, honey. But for Sogucci, this could be her moment to expose it all and bring those alleged mistreatments into the spotlight brighter than Times Square on New Year's Eve.
Happy Sunday, Raindrops. The word of the day is stop living in the past. The past is in the rearview mirror of your life. If you look at where you want to go, look at the windshield.
This whole situation between Carlos and Sogucci has blown the lid off some deep-seated issues in reality TV that nobody wanted to address. We're not just talking about little behind-the-scenes spats. These are serious claims about manipulation and mental health that have everyone clutching their pearls and reaching for their smelling salts. Sogucci's main beef? She's saying the production team did her dirty, editing scenes to make her look like the villain, especially during those explosive moments with Selena Johnson that had Twitter fingers typing faster than a court stenographer. According to Sogucci, they twisted her actions and intentions like a pretzel at the state fair, all for the sake of ratings and drama, and she claims the emotional support during filming? Non-existent, honey. She says they left her hanging out to dry while conflict spiraled out of control like a tornado in a trailer park, draining her mentally and emotionally until she was running on nothing but fumes and faith. But Carlos King isn't taking these accusations lying down like a lazy house cat on a Sunday afternoon. That lawsuit? It's his way of saying, not today, Satan, not on my watch. He's fighting for his reputation like a heavyweight champion in the final round and making it crystal clear that he's taking this more seriously than your mama takes her secret family recipes. Through legal filings and public statements that could fill a library from floor to ceiling, Carlos is reminding everyone that shows like Bell Collective are team efforts, with everyone signing on the dotted line before cameras start rolling. By going after Sogucci legally, he's sending a message louder than your auntie at a family reunion to any other cast members thinking about speaking out of turn. As they gear up for this legal showdown that promises to be more dramatic than a season finale of every reality show combined, one thing's for sure, this drama is far from over, honey, and I am absolutely dying to know. Do you think Carlos King's lawsuit is justified, or has he taken it too far? Drop those thoughts in the comments below, because this tea is scalding hot and we need to discuss every single drop. And don't you dare move a muscle or change that channel, because in our next video, we're diving deep into Selena Johnson's side of the story. And if you thought this was crazy, baby, buckle up and hold on to your wigs, because it gets even wilder than a mechanical bull at a rodeo after dark.